I had a very short night.
Yeah. I remember those days. Okay, so the topic today is the still small voice. And I thought it was kind of perfect because it timed right when I'm reading this in Troy. He calls it intuition. So the idea of talking about this, the first thing I thought of is just imagine. We are one with that which knows everything. And we are one with that which is harmonious, loving, caring. We are one with that which is the source of all good that's in existence. We are one with that brings every answer that we can seek. That idea and that concept really is about this small voice that's within each and every one of us. I mean, it's been something that from the day you walk in the door, they talk about this voice, this presence. And if you read any philosopher, he tells you about, what is it? Jesus says the Father within, and then it's the still small voice, and then it's the intuition, and then it's the gut feeling that we have, that sense of knowing. And I mean, it's got so many names, and some people call it grace. I mean, all of it is coming back to the same thing, that tiny idea of, we call it tiny, still small. And we talking about existence itself. The knowledge, the intelligence, the wisdom, all that is created. It's in its full power in every one of us. Tuning into it is what this whole process is about. Allowing it to come forth as our conscious awareness of life itself. This is what we're lining ourselves up with. And knowing all these different names, it's probably one that each one of us has latched onto it. When you get that sense, that heart feeling, that sense of connection, you know that it's exactly what you need to do, and it's exactly what needs to be done. Or you get that sense that it keeps nagging at you that, no, you shouldn't be doing this. No, you need to leave this alone. You know, we all get that. So it's a journey for all of us. One of the things that we learn in this philosophy is that harmonizing sense of being with it gives us a connection with what the truth of our being, what the essence of that we are moving to grow into, that understanding and awareness that there is and wisdom and intelligence that is really available for us to use. And that there are moments that everybody has had that connection. Now, the thing that I thought about when I was reading, and they tell you all these different ways that we can get in touch with, because this person that wrote these notes said you can meditate and get in touch with it. You can vision and get in touch with it. Or you can live as, I think it's Goldsmith that says, practicing the presence. And that's practice living spirit from the Spiritual Center. One of the things that occurred to me is that I've been trying to figure this out for the last few years. I'm telling you, I don't find it that simple. But I have begun to sense it better since I have added the component of knowing that it's not the power of the thought that comes forth. It's also the feeling. There is that feeling, and I found out it is that heart feeling that comes with it that kind of makes things comfortable, that kind of makes you feel like it's going to be okay. And that heart feeling, I can only speak of it from my place. So when I get in touch with that heart feeling and I'm saying the things that I'm saying, I kind of feel like I don't have to figure out what to say. I don't know what to try to meet any specific pattern. I just feel like if I open my mouth and say what I feel, that it's going to be perfect. And usually it works out. It's actually makes more sense when I write it out and plan it. It is amazing how much better it is if I just let it flow. This feeling sense, and Abraham. I don't know if you know who Abraham is. Some of you do, and I don't know. She keeps telling you about the feeling. Well, she told me about the feeling for a long time. And when I learned from Carla Mays, I just need to trust that voice I'm hearing. And then I got from Abraham to get that feeling to go together. And so I've been kind of putting that package together. And I am telling you, it is. I'm looking for a word that kind of packages it. It is a sense of knowing that you feel like it's coming from your gut or your heart, and you have this sense and feeling, but the words that come are usually something that I normally would, normal voice, normal understanding. And one of the things that I found with this sense of knowing and feeling that I have been acknowledging that everything good that happens to me is spirit coming into expression through me. And it seems like the more I acknowledge that, the more good happens. And it keeps increasing. So it's kind of like over years, and so I acknowledge, I'm talking about 50 years of trying. So it's getting, it's been a long time. But I don't think nobody has to wait that long. Okay, I know. But it took me that long to try to pull it into a package where I feel like I'm living it. Because it is so rich that it kind of has this sense of things that it keeps pushing me. It was kind of digging it out, but now it keeps pushing me to do more things. One of the things it's been pushing me to do is love everything I see. And sometimes I find it challenging sometimes to love everything I see. It's not so much the people. It's easier to love others in the sense of somebody in expression, because I don't know, people just seem to bring joy to me. It's just being around people and talking to people and everything. That's just a place, that's joy. Sometimes, though, I find myself in experiences where I don't necessarily agree with things. And so what I found out from this Troy, I don't know, Troy tells us that when there's disharmony with what I am experiencing, that I have stepped out of first cause into second cause. Yeah, I'm taking it from the human perspective, not from the divine perspective. So, and so I don't have to get excited about it no more. I don't have to get angry about it or upset. I just have to realize that I need to go back. I just let it alone and start thinking about first cause and how it's going to bring things into expression. It's so rich to understand and know that this is my journey. And I was laughing because when you were talking about retiring, I retired to this. This has been all I've been thinking about since I retired, how to fix this, how to relive this, and how to bring it into expression. And I didn't, being in the pulpit wasn't part of it. It was just to live it and do life from that place. But also, I like sharing it with people, telling people about it. So somehow, Spirit stuck me in this pulpit a lot for the last year. So I said, okay, I can't even resist that because and listen, I whined about it because I kept telling them, you got to get well because I can't keep doing this. But I realized that by letting me share it, and it is so rich to share it, y'all, to share it with people when I can look at every face in here and feel like I'm being loved. It is such, it's almost like a high, because you don't mind just talking about it, you feeling it, and then everybody looking at you grinning and saying, because they doing it too. So it's the richness of knowing that this is it. This is what I'm moving for, and I'm getting to practice it here, and then I can go out there and love some of those people that I keep trying to figure out. But I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better. Because I know that go back to first cause. I got to keep going back to first cause. And I'm glad I read Church recently because it gave me a little bit more understanding of what I was doing when I was stepping across that line to the judgment and being, why didn't they say that? Why did they do that? That kind of stuff. And when I go there, I realize I'm going out first cause. So that still small voice is really my voice, my thought, my heart, my love, coming together and experiencing life. It feels so big. And recently, it feels like my body and the body part of it is just a little part of it. That's a greater me that I can't find the end of. It just goes on and on, but it's not physical. And I'm not sure that makes sense, but it's real. It's real. Because I know that when I look at another person's eyes, it's almost like something that's bringing me to me. When I hear another person's voice, it feels like that's something they're bringing to me. And it still feels like a part of my beingness, even though it's over there. And so right now I'm trying to figure out, am I making sense? But it is life. And I'm beginning to understand that all of this is my life too. I mean, everybody that's in my experience, that power that brought me here, this body, is the same body, same power that brought everybody in front of me. And to the extent that I can see it here, I can see it there. I realize how the wholeness of being is in every soul that I look at. And I feel like my current journey is to kind of embrace that concept that every soul that I'm looking at is spirit showing up another way, another avenue. So I'm learning from that there is billions of ways for spirit to be in me, around me, and for me. And sometimes it's just sitting there looking at the trees out my window and the little birds flying. I don't necessarily like the hawks coming after my squirrels, but I've been practicing letting that be too. So I don't get upset. Seems like I'm seeing less hawks though. It is one of those things that I wanted to get up here and share it. So I was glad that it's the 9 o'clock service, because I just wanted to share with you about my experience with the still small voice that's in me and how wonderful it is, and how great it is beginning to make life for me. I feel like right now, all this stuff that I've been reaching for is getting better and better and better. I don't feel like I ever want to stop. And the thing that seems to be greater than anything is that no matter how much I know and how much I feel it and how much I see it, there's more. There is more. I'm beginning to understand infinite, the infinity of being. I'm beginning to understand that the billions of ways that spirit can manifest in my life. And each person here is a living example of that truth coming into expression. And I kind of knew this was going to be shorter than than my other talks, because I just wanted to share my experience with that still small voice, because I feel like us sharing it would make all of us richer and more powerful, and that and with all the heads going up and down, all y'all know what I'm talking about, because y'all doing it and we're learning about it and we're all growing in it and we all are taking it back. To me, this is the answer. I know him. That's the thing that has come when I was doing it last night. This is the answer. We talking about the world problems? This is the answer. This is it. World problems are secondary cause. Let's go back to primary cause. And the more we see it and the more we embrace it, it is so powerful. Do you understand that it is the power that created everything So the more I can let it out, the more you let it out, the more the world is going to come in order. Oh, God, y'all, we can do this. And don't have to fix it from the outside. We can be it. We don't have to fix it. We can be it. We can be the answer. Be what is needed. Be what would bring. Because you can tell me, if you look around this room, look at the love that's looking back at you. Come on now, God. This is what we call the healer. This is what it's love. It is, and it's everybody here. We are loving being who we are, and we are loving what we can do to lift another soul up. We are loving knowing that everybody is an expression of God. We are loving it, and we are learning how to love it all the time. And it's all right. Secondary cause is not all bad, though, you know. Secondary cause created a lot of good stuff. So we don't have to be too mad at it. just know, just recognize that you gave that chair the power. You gave that thought that power. Just knowing that frees you from being restricted by it. So, the still small voice. Y'all got it? Everybody got it. Yeah. So, Teresa, we got it. We're going to give it to you. Let us have it.